In this video, we're going to be covering the finance and reporting. We start with the finance module, where the first option you'd see once you go to the finance module is the bank. So banking and reconciliation, where you can add different bank accounts and use them for whatever purpose. So if you try to add another bank, for example, Doha Bank right now, and we can say what it would be used for, let's say account receivable, as we have QNB, so just add accounts. It's going to be right here, and you can edit, remove, delete any banks that you would want to. You can just go ahead and edit this one and save it. So by default it has 2 accounts, but you can add a third one as well. I can go ahead and delete this one if I want to. Okay, but so this is in general, this is how you can simply add the bank, a new bank there, and you can have your statement of records that are there in the system at the moment. Now, to do the reconciliation, basically to tally what's in the bank and what's in the system, you just need to upload or import your CSV. So download CSV from your bank account and then just add it here. And once it's done, you just import it to the bank, and the AI will actually start matching all the options, all the lines against what we have in the system at the moment. And just say match, and it's just going to go ahead and try to match it and say, hey, it does not match. So you see here, it automatically states once you import it that there's no match for this particular line item, the CSV that we imported. So you just need to paste the CSV here, and all of the bank transactions versus your system transactions would match, and you'll be able to see all of that right here. The next option over here is journal. Now, journal entries, you can add a new entry in the journal, and you can just say like I mentioned over here, customer paid I had cash for consulting. So I'd use the same, probably customer paid 1,000 for AI consulting service. I'm just gonna say, hey, yeah, customer A, B, C, and C paid. So say apply AI draft. So yeah, it's gonna build that statement for, and it just say 1,000 is added here. Now, it's not gonna post it to the journal, but it's just gonna give you this. So just say department. Let's say I'm gonna go technical, account receivable from technical department. Both would be technical. So credit debit is there, and just say, hey, post to journal. That's gonna be posted, and so this is where we get the entries. Now, if you go and say May journal entries, you're going to see a whole bunch of that was coming from that you saw on the dashboard earlier. And if you go to June, because the month is not closed yet, so you'd be seeing no entries at the moment. Then we go to account payable bills, and here you'll be able to add your account payables, and you can select from the general chart of accounts, whatever expense this is related to, and you can save it. You can post it to general ledger directly in different accounts. And then we have new entry. That's pretty much similar to what we just did in adding the journal entry. Now if you say journal ledger, here you'll be able to see all the account payables and the inventory and the different items from the chart of accounts. You can just filter them out one by one, or you can just type it here. Say laptop, it just brings up the laptop, and there's nothing there, so it just mentions there's nothing. You can even look for it this way. Then there's chart of accounts. It's very easy to add chart of accounts here. The categories are predefined. So we are claiming it to be the 100% accounting system, but it is not. It is perfectly fitting into the business operations and what business operations needs to be having in terms of the finance management of the entire system. And then you have your invoices here. You can, whatever invoices have been uploaded, they'll be right here. You can generate the invoice based on the accounts and milestones created, so you can get that done. Then there's revenue recognition portion where you can actually assign the schedules of the revenue recognition based on the projects that are going on. And then so this is about finance. And when we go to the reports, the finance and reports go hand in hand. We see management metrics, so you'll be able to run a report. Say June, let's run a report for May, because there's going to be a bit of a next few entries. Say run a report, and it's going to show all the information here, and then you can export the report to share with the management and then the PDFs. Then you can see month-on-month trends of the revenue versus the expenses, and it will be clearly defined for the entire year. Then P&L reporting, so you just need to go ahead and say run report, and it's going to show P&L. There's no entry here, but if you go and run for May, for last month, you're going to see some entries coming in for last month. Then you can export the report for the P&L. Similarly for the balance sheet, if you just go ahead and run the report for May, run report, it's going to show us all the assets, liabilities, and equity for the balance sheet. Then trial balance, this is critical. We go to again month of May and say run a report. You're going to see a clear trial balance for all the assets, liabilities, and cost of goods sold, and the revenues and everything that comes in very clear. And also you'll get the AI insight as usual on the right hand side. So this is about the reports and the finances, a quick walkthrough. Nothing very complicated. We have in short, to make it super easy to adopt and understand. Even a starting junior finance person would be able to understand it. And this particular section is built for the founders who are not very savvy with the accounting, but should be able to understand the accounting really easily with the system. So instead of going deep into all sorts of like bells and whistles and heavy accounting load, which is not really required for most businesses, because in general you just need to produce the reports that are, and you should be able to monitor your cash expenses, and you should be able to have the single pane of glass where you can manage everything from projects to sales to operations to team to finance. It should be interconnected. And now once the salaries are processed, they'll all be seen here. So it's all a mix of a complete mix of the modules that have been created. And again, using the same database, it becomes super easy for it to interact with different tables within the database. I'd like to show you the chatbot, right? That's built in here. Now there's a separate module that's built in for AI, which is a AI mode. But this is a quick chat within the classic mode. Now this classic mode chat, you can quickly ask the question. It does pretty much work exactly the same way, although it won't have the slash commands that are there in our AI mode. So let's try to do that. Slash forecast. So okay, it does give the sales forecast of whatever we have done, but so it goes back, checks whatever is in the database, and it brings back the information from that, and that defines it pretty nicely, so you're able to easily understand exactly how the sales forecast is working. And you can create a new thread, and so this is just a bot. And by the way, all of this gets stored, which you're going to see in the next section, which we have dedicated for the vault. So that's the quick walkthrough of the finance and the reports. Now, this is completely interconnected, and the whole point of having all these modules together, as I mentioned a few minutes back, is to make sure that all the entire business operation system works synchronously without having to have multiple databases, multiple data sources, multiple applications, and the whole confusion. So I hope this helps. In the next video, we're going to be jumping into the Vault module, and finally, we'll look into the AI mode. Stay tuned. Thank you.